Hey guys, Monster here bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to do the showcase for a unit that I think a lot of people were very surprised when this EZA came out on JP, just how good this unit is. I think primarily because Ribrianne is not really a super popular character. Obviously the card pre-EZA was pretty bad. So I don't think anyone was expecting a really good EZA for this character, but that is indeed what she got. So we are going to be taking a look at her here on one of her 200% teams, which is the Martian 21 team. She is on Topo's 200% lead, but as you guys probably know at this point, I didn't pull Topo. So full level 10 links. I've got no equips on her yet because obviously this is a character that I wasn't really sure I was going to use very much. I gave her mostly additional and then the rest into crit with 3 dodge. She can build up a lot of dodge chance from picking up rainbow orbs, so I think additional for the super attack effect is probably the better way to go, but you could go for a more dodge heavy build. Because when we look at her super attack effect, she does supreme damage to the enemy and raises attack and defense for 6 turns. So you can get multiple stacks on this and it carries over for a few turns. Then she gets attack and defense 80% when performing a super attack, additional 1 key per key sphere obtained, randomly changes key spheres of a certain type other than physical to rainbow when there are 2 or more Peppy Gal's allies on the team. She gets an additional attack and defense 22% per key sphere obtained, as well as an additional attack, defense and chance to dodge 22% per rainbow key sphere obtained up to 88%. So if we get 4 rainbow orbs, she has an 88% chance to dodge, as well as an extra 88% attack and defense. Then she launches a guaranteed additional super when we get 3 or more rainbow orbs, and she does have a giant form. It's just when conditions are met, which unfortunately is a rare chance, which I think is like 10% or something. So we're using her on this 200% team. We've got her linked up with the LR Ribrianne trio, so obviously we get a decent amount of links here. And we do have a ton of rainbow orbs because of course we have the Bulma on rotation, who is also a rainbow orb changer. So we can get the 4 rainbow orbs. That puts us up to 258k for turn 1. Obviously nothing too crazy, but we do have an 88% chance to dodge. So we're going to go ahead and do this, and then we're going to get the orbs for Bulma. So we get the support for her, so everybody's stats go up a little bit as well. So here's a good example of slot 1 super. There's the dodge. 6.4 mil. So not super crazy on the first attack, but remember she gets a guaranteed additional, jumps up to 6.9, and then of course these carry over to the next few turns as well. So ideally we see how many super attacks we can get. The fact that the defense carries over is obviously going to be huge as well, because she is a nuking style unit, so we do want to pick up as many orbs as possible. But we'll see how we get on with some of these numbers. I've seen screenshots from JP of her like having like well over 1 million defense, but obviously it's after getting a bunch of stacks and picking up the orbs, of course. But we'll see how we get on. We've got a lot of support on this team. Obviously 21's leader skill allows us to run the physical Kid Buu, who provides a lot of support as well. So we should be set up fairly nicely here. I think we will float Kid Buu off just so we can get the support over onto that other rotation as quickly as possible. I'll just grab these for you. It's been a while since I've used this team. Obviously with all the buffs from the worldwide celebration for all the Martian power characters, 21's team kind of always has been a team where you can run some of the strongest Martian power units or androids, but then you also get to run like LR Bulma on the team, who can still be good. Obviously now with some of the hardest hitting bosses in the game that we've got, she becomes a little bit more of a liability, especially early on, because she needs quite a few turns to build up that damage reduction. But 21's team in the current meta could still be very good with some of these EZAs from Golden Week. So let's see what we're at start of turn. So after a double super on the first turn, start off at 141. I think she only had about 80k before we picked up the orbs last time. We can get 4 rainbow orbs again here and 8 orbs total, which I think is what we got before. So if we do that, we're now looking at 516k defense, which is considerably better. So we'll go ahead and grab these, and then we'll get the AGL orbs for 21. So I mean, you can't argue with an 88% chance to dodge. Be interesting to see whether we do actually take any hits at all during this run. But 6.8. Now bear in mind this is now without the Bulma support that we had on the previous turn. So 6.8 up to 7.2. Hidden potential only a normal, unfortunately. That's what we really want. We want to be getting these like triple super turns so we can really see what she can stack up to. Because the problem is it's not an infinite stack. So after 6 turns, it will drop back down to 0 and have to be built back up again, which is the only annoying thing about the characters that have these buffs for a certain number of turns. Because we will get to the point where that drops off. And of course, if you're doing one of the harder events in the game, that's when you're getting through those first 6 turns or so. If you're still in the event at that point, you're at the point where the boss is obviously probably at the hardest, right? You're in the final phase at that point. So having the stats all reset is not really ideal. Now, the thing with the giant form is kind of interesting because her giant form can activate twice. But the problem is it's a rare chance, which is, as I said, it's either 10 or 15%. I know sometimes it's different. I should have checked the wiki. But either way, it's a very low chance. And then the problem is that you... should I keep the 21s floating? I did float the other one. I guess we are giving the support to the other rotation, even if we don't float Bulma, do we? So we'll do this. Yeah, we will do this. What was I saying? Can't even remember now. Alright, well anyway, I'll get confused by my rotation, so we're all good. I genuinely have no idea what I was just saying. But yeah, we'll keep Bulma on this rotation so we get the support to carry over. So, but yeah, 88% chance to dodge means we're probably never going to not dodge. 12%, I mean, to be fair, those of you that have been to some of the challenge streams I've done, I've had the Tech Caulifla on the team build where she has a 94% chance to dodge and then still been hit by an attack in slot 1, which is super awkward, but it is what it is. So, yeah, float the 21s off here. With the orb changing that Ribrianne has, she's pretty much always setting herself up. We do have, I think Bulma creates rainbow orbs as well, so that helps having her on the previous rotation. But yeah, the giant form is what I was talking about. So it's only a rare chance, 10 or 15%. And the problem is, because it's not an active skill, you have no control over when you get it. So obviously one of the things that we know is really powerful with active skill abilities is that you can pop them in a specific difficult situation, and not only do you take no damage, but you can block the enemy from being able to super attack you on the next turn. But of course, with a random giant form, like we could get it now, which obviously we didn't, but we could have got it in this phase where it would really not be that helpful to us because we're not going to struggle against this tech Super Saiyan Goku. So you can see here we only picked up 7 orbs this time as opposed to the 8 that we've picked up in the previous 2 turns. But with the stacks from her super attack effect, she's now up to basically 1,000,000 defense. And we're going to obviously stack that even a bit more with her upcoming super attacks. And then of course bear in mind that she's doing all of that while having 88% chance to dodge. So which means that she's not only very likely to just dodge the attacks anyway, but most normals in the game, I guess unless we're talking like type disadvantage and stuff, right, are not really going to do a lot of damage to her. So up to 10 million attack stat here, so 2 9 millions here, and then there's the additional, so a 10 million third super of the turn as well. So her defense is now well over 1,000,000, whilst also having 88% chance to dodge. And then of course these guys are 12 million on their 18 key. I think I have like 1 dupe in them maybe, if that. Because I only got 1 copy from their initial banner. So yeah, that's definitely very good. Alright, so we've got Chi-Lai on rotation. The scout and the super attack is there. So I guess we'll do this. Get same type orbs here for everyone. There we go, just do that. Because Bulma should be okay with the number of turns that she's been on. I mean, my Bulma does have full dodge as well. She's still got guard. It's going to be her post super. And then, of course, even if she does take a bit of damage, 21 will come in with the heals on her super attacks. So, Should be all good. I think the biggest problem with Ribrianne, other than being Ribrianne, a character that not many people like, is the teams that she's on. Like 21's team, you don't really run very much. She's on Kale's team, which doesn't really get run all that much. Topo is a brand new unit that's come out, but that, like, I feel like Topo's team, or even like a Universe Survival Saga team with the UIs and stuff like that, those teams have better units. While she is really good, like, you're not going to be dropping, say, like LR, Golden Freezer, and 17 off of your team to run physical Ribrianne, right? Now, like I say, the Giant form was an active skill. I mean, that would increase her value exponentially, because you could put her on some of these Universe Survival Saga teams, basically like a full reps of Universe 17 plus her, which of course means she wouldn't have the Peppy Gal's allies for the orb changing, but literally just for the Giant form, and she could be kind of useful. Because the thing is, remember, with the super attack effects and everything, that's how we've stacked up to over 1 million defense. So even without picking up Rainbow Orbs, those are the kind of numbers that we're getting. She does get an extra bit of attack and defense from Rainbow Orbs, admittedly, but yeah, this is where you can see now that we've reset. So we're down to now being at 340k defense, which is not ideal. We can get 7 again here. But this is a bare minimum after the reset. We're back to, well, we still are basically at 1 million defense. Of course, yeah, the 340 was the start of turn. So we are still, actually, I think this is the last turn she gets the stacks. So, yeah, 7 orbs and she's at like 1 million defense with an 88% chance to dodge. I mean, so far she hasn't been hit a single time in the run, right? So, not too shabby. Double super here. Can we get the triple again? Oh, additional normal, of course. Alright, so then the LR Ribrianne trio, almost 10 million spot on. I mean, yeah, so she's an interesting unit for sure. Can hit some impressive numbers. I just think the problem is as well with her links, right? Like, running her with the tech LR Ribrianne trio is all well and good. But again, if you wanted to set up like a Universe Survival Saga team build or something to run her on, are you then going to take off like 2 characters in order to put on physical Ribrianne and the tech LR? I feel like probably not. But it's a shame because she is quite good. Obviously JP has the new Roshi, which is like a new Peppy Gal's lead, so like that team has gotten some buffs. STR, Videl, EZA. I mean, 21's team could still be very interesting. I should try using her team out against some of the toughest bosses in the meta, like I've done with some of those other teams, because her team actually can be really good. She's still really good. I think people only kind of underrated her on her original release was because Fusion Zamasu was still terrorizing the meta, and she's not a unit that's very good against AoEs. But by the time, like, even if we did Blue Gogeta from the blue zone, she's got type advantage in that final phase, and you would have transformed by then as well. And of course he can be attack lowered, so there are ways to get around like some of that stuff. So okay, so I think what we'll do here is we will do this. I want to make sure she doesn't die to this super, so I'm going to go ahead and grab these, because then on the next turn it means we'll be able to get a Dokkan attack with physical Ribrianne. So we'll do that, and then we'll do that. So then we should be all good here. Well, we've got tons of support, both from Chilai and from Kid Buu. So she should be all good. Chilai, of course, got a decent bit of support as well. Her attack stat's so terrible. She is the actual definition of one of these units that's there for her utility. Like, she has the scour, support, dodge, but like her attack stat is just absolutely pathetically low, which is fun. But I mean, she's still valuable to the team, but yeah, it's just funny that she does so little damage. Even like a lot of floating support units now are hitting like 4 or 5 million attack stats and stuff like that, but not Chilai. Alright, so good damage to Goku, couple of extra supers, so defense should be looking pretty good, especially with all the orbs picked up by getting the active skill, and then he just dodges anyway. Or she dodges him anyway. Because yeah, Bulma full dodge build definitely works. Alright, so we got to this point now. This is the first time we haven't been able to get 7 orbs, 4 rainbow orbs. We can get 3 and only get 7 orbs total, which I guess we will have to go with. What's their active skill again? Oh, theirs is a giant form. Okay, so probably don't want to use that now. I mean, that is a good combo, I guess. The fact that they have a giant form that you could use at will, and then potentially we'll do this to get rid of his attack as well, so there's no way he can kill Ribrianne. Because we got 3 rainbow orbs, which means she still has a 66% chance to dodge, which is still good. Still higher than a lot of characters that are just having like the high chance, which is 50%. So, I mean, overall, Ribrianne definitely a very solid, considering she's a sub-EZA of a random old banner unit that I think nobody had like high expectations for. So in that respect, I would say that she definitely got a solid EZA. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Get the Dokkan attack here. Get the guaranteed additional, because that's the thing. 4 rainbow orbs gives her maximum buff, but 3 gets you the additional. So as long as you're getting 3, she can still be looking pretty decent. We've seen her here in this run easily over 1 million defense multiple times with 88% chance to dodge. I would say that that is pretty good. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. We only have 1 tech unit on the team, so it's going to take a long time to kill Goku here. It's a shame as well, like I say, because the giant form is a rare chance. Like, you'll go entire runs where you actually just won't see her transform at all, which is a shame. I prefer the ones that are active skills, or obviously we have some characters that have ones that are HP based, because at least then you will see them, right? Whereas this Ribrianne, with only a rare chance to use her giant form, we didn't actually get to see it at all in any of the turns that she was on, which is a little bit unfortunate. But obviously it's kind of like the suffering from success like thing. We didn't need it, so it doesn't necessarily matter that we didn't get it, but it would have been nice to have it in the showcase, I guess. But yeah, let me know all your thoughts about physical Ribrianne down below in the comment section. I think she definitely would surprise some people with how good they made her EZA for seemingly no reason whatsoever. But yeah, I mean, I'd rather we get these good solid sub EZAs, even if, like, for me personally, I don't know if I would use her all that much. Maybe she'd be good on like the Roshi Peppy Gals team build. But yeah, definitely good to have these solid sub EZAs actually coming out rather than getting absolute garbage that is completely unrunnable, right? So I think it's a good EZA overall. Good to see solid buffs for the Peppy Gals team. Like I say, I might do the updated 21s team versus the current meta, see how that goes. But let me know all your thoughts down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out all the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.